Okay, this first series I'm going to go over is in wrestling called front headlocks, Jitsu, and everywhere else they're called, just chokes, controlling the head. I don't know what you guys call it, but in wrestling they're called front headlocks. It's one of my specialties in wrestling, so it really applies well to fighting, getting a lot of chokes, neck cranks, face cranks. First I'm going to go over just one way of how to get the guy's head in position. And then we'll go over how to control it there and keep it there. Okay, so the first way is when the guy, is back a little bit. You're in fighting position. The guy changes levels and tries to take you down. Okay, I'm gonna trap his head right here. Okay, one hand right on his chin, the other one right on top, and I'm gonna place it, put his head, the back of his head, right in my stomach, and keep it there. Okay, I want to have my elbows in tight. Okay, just like this. I don't want to have my elbows out wide for the guy to come up into my body and take me down. Okay, so I want to control his head here and keep it there. Okay, that allows me to control his whole body more. If I control his head, okay, there's not a whole lot he can do. So, so when he shoots in, okay, take a big hop step back, control here, take my shoulder, put it right in this little pocket right between his shoulder blades. Okay, elbows in, controlling his chin. Okay, my other hand comes up, and I want to lock my hands right in here. Okay, I'm pressuring into the guy. Okay, this is how I'm controlling it, keeping it tight. Okay, I want to stay on my feet, stay mobile. Okay, I want to be able to circle depending on what the guy does. Okay, this shoulder in the guy's back is real important for keeping the guy away from you. Okay, if I don't have it here and I'm up here, he can grab my legs. Okay, come right into me. It's what keeps the guy away from me. He can't go after my legs now. Okay. A couple more times coming into it. Okay, just 1, 2, maybe even 3 hops back. Big hops. Okay, once I get him here, okay, I want to take even an extra hop back, stretch him out a little bit. Okay, and then lock my hands. All right. Started wrestling when I was 5 years old. My father got me started. He was a wrestler. He got my brother wrestling, my older brother, and I started when I was 5 years old and been wrestling ever since. So, long time.
What kind of competitions and things?
This next technique I'm going to show is one of my favorite choke techniques from when the guy, you can control it either from the feet or the ground, especially when you take him down to the ground. He puts all 4 hands down, or 2 hands in his knees. He's on all 4s. Works real well. And obviously, especially when they don't know you're doing it. All right, so once you get the guy down to the ground, you got him controlled here, okay? You got your hands locked, good space, you're on your feet. I want to take the hand that's around his head and reach in and grab his far tricep, and then lock my hand, grab my own wrist, okay? Just like that. Reach in, grab your own wrist, okay? Now I'm just going to take one hop and put my right knee, which is my far side, right behind his arm, okay? I'm going to hop over right here and then step up right away, okay? Once I get here, I want to stand all the way up to my feet, squat a little bit, and the important thing is take your lock, your hand, his tricep here, and I want to squat, put my stomach and my chest underneath it, and get my hips underneath. Now from here, I just stand up, okay? Makes them turn nice and red. All right, let's do it again. Okay, I got him controlled here. Let's get a little bit different angle. Okay, I have him controlled here. reach in, grab your own wrist. Now just hop right here, step up right away with that leg. Okay, now come up the rest of the way. Now it doesn't really matter if the guy tries to grab your arm or your leg. Okay, there's not a whole lot he can do with one arm. Okay, and I'm just going to squat underneath it. And as soon as I apply that hip pressure right here, it's not a whole lot of pressure, but as soon as I start standing up with it, okay, it gets it real tight. Okay, let me show the same technique from the feet. Okay, if you get the guy to shoot, okay, and he doesn't go all the way down, control his head here, reach here, okay, grab the same lock, reach through, grab his tricep, grab your own wrist. Okay, now on this one I can't really hop down to the mat, so all I'm going to do is step to the side a little bit and take this arm and pull his body into my armpit. Okay, I want to go as high up into my armpit as I can. At the same time, I'm changing my levels, bending my knees. Okay, I'm right here. Now I just finish it the same way. Okay, one more time. Control. Come right to here. Pull it by. Make sure you squat. Get your stomach underneath your hand here. Okay, get your stomach right underneath there, and just lift up. All right. Okay, it gets really tight. And then if you do get this in the right spot, it's real quick choke. All right. Okay, I'm going to show the same two techniques again from different angle. Down on the knees and again on the feet. Stopping the guy, controlling him first, then going right into my choke. You don't want to sit there for too long and let the guy try and figure out how to get out of it. Okay. Stop him right here. Okay. Reach across. I'm gonna hop. Bring my foot right up in here. Okay. Now again, there's nothing he can do with his one hand. Okay, hanging onto my arm. Okay, or my leg. Sorry. Blocking with his legs, hooking. He can't do too much from here. Stand up, squat underneath it, and squeeze. Okay, when I squeeze, I get my body underneath it and lift up and just try and flex my bicep. Squeeze nice and tight. Okay, from the feet now. Trap his head right here. Okay. On the feet, you still have to have your shoulder in there to keep him away from you. Okay. Reach across. And when I reach across, I don't want to go like this. I don't want to bury my whole arm in there. I want to keep my elbows as tight as I can to my side and reach as little as I have to. Okay? Right there. Just a little bit of a reach. Grab your own wrist. Take a step to the side and pull him right up to my armpit and squat at the same time. Okay, now just push up and squeeze. Okay. Almost every competition I could, growing up, I'd, wrestle in all the little local tournaments. We'd get a van full of kids and go to the Grand Nationals every year in Nebraska, drive out from California. And from there on up, we just went to all those and all the way up to the Olympics. Almost every type of tournament I could hit.
What was the Olympics like?
Okay, this next one I'm going to show is same situation. You get him controlled in the front headlock. Okay, he's stopped on the mat. I'm just going to show two methods that I use to take him down to his side or his back without getting caught in the guard. One is I'm going to end up in a side mount. The next one I'm going to end up in a full mount. I can do a neck crank choke from there or just end up in the mount. Okay. So you just shoot in the same way. Control his head, hop back. Okay, lock my hands. Okay, depending on what he's going to do. A lot of jiu-jitsu guys try and sit on their butt and throw their legs under, try and end up in the guard. Okay. Now, as soon as they start to sit, depending on which cheek they sit on, usually they'll sit, well, it doesn't matter, go ahead. Okay, they sit over there. I reach through with the opposite hand and block the thigh. Still controlling the head, nice and tight. Here, reach through and just walk towards the side he's sitting. Okay, my hand is blocking his thigh. And immediately close the distance here. Okay. Okay. Get here, he goes to sit. Immediately I reach and circle. Okay. Now with this arm, I'm going to have it straight, and I'm trying to push his legs out. Okay. He's trying to get my legs, trying to hook. Come right here. Sometimes I can keep his head. I got his chin here. Okay. Sometimes I can keep this and just do a neck crank. All right. I got a nice hold on his chin. Okay. One more time. Okay. If he sits the other side, okay, I'm just going to let go of the chin, keep this, and block the other way. And circle. Okay. This one's a little different. I got to really try and force his leg out. Okay. Sit. Block here. Take my shoulder. I want my shoulder pinned really hard into his chest. Okay. Once I get in there, control nice and tight. My elbow into the side. My knee in there. Okay. So again, they're a little bit different. Okay. But almost the same. He sits that way. I reach and walk. Okay. I can sit out, crank his head. Okay. Or I can let go of his head and just come here. Okay, let's do it from the other angle. All right. Got him blocked. He sits. I reach across, walk. Right here. Bring my knee up. Right here. If I want to crank, I'll sit out and crank up on his head. Okay.